Oh boy, after neglecting our climate for the past 50 years, I wonder what it's like outside. Oh, and this, kids, is why we don't use fossil fuels.
Indeed, we're going to be using so much of it in the future that we will destroy the Earth, which is why
This
we need change.
exactly, and this is why today we'll be talking about alternative fuel sources. And first off, for one of our alternative energy sources that is renewable, is solar energy. Derived from the sun's radiation, it is always a renewable energy source that can be sourced from anywhere. Now, it is renewable and sustainable, as it will always be abundant and inexhaustible as long as the sun is there, which it will be for a long time. It's environmentally friendly, as it produces no greenhouse gas emissions or air pollutants, reducing environmental impact. And one last pro of solar energy is its energy independence. Utilizing solar energy reduces reliance on fossil fuels, promoting energy independence and security. However, this leads to the question of its cons. Solar energy only happens during the day. It fluctuates based on weather conditions and the time of the day, requiring any energy storage or backup systems for consistent power supply. There's also the, the con of a high initial cost. The upfront cost of purchasing and installing these solar panels can be pretty large, although prices have been dropping due to the increasing trends of solar panels. Another thing is the space requirements for it. Solar panels need space to work, need space to be installed. For larger places such as cities, it will be a lot harder to utilize solar panels for everybody. Overall, solar energy offers numerous benefits, but it also has its drawbacks.
Next up, we have wind power. Wind power is one of the most sustainable forms of power with a very low cost per unit. It also, in 2022, produced 7% of the world's total electricity and 2% of the world's total power. It processes energy by taking the speed and force of the wind and converting it into electricity through a long process. This speed is based on the third power of the wind speed. So if you were to double the wind speed, you would produce 8 times more power. The major cons of wind power are mostly due to its land requirement. It requires a lot of land to produce a lot of power, which can oftentimes spoil protected areas and also produce a lot of noise. Now, although not confirmed to be harmful, it is theorized that it is very harmful to be around wind turbines for long periods of time due to the noise they create.
And next up, we have geothermal energy, which is energy that is derived from the heat stored beneath the Earth's surface. It's a renewable energy source that offers several advantages, but also has many cons along with it. Geothermal energy is, like all the other ones, renewable. It is able to be used completely free of fossil fuels. It has low greenhouse gas emissions. It's constant and reliable, allowing for a 24/7 period of energy collection. Geothermal, however, is a very location-specific type of energy. It requires it to be in certain regions with specific geological characteristics, limiting its widespread availability of use. The main places it can be found in the US are California, Nevada, and Utah, and a little bit more places. It also has a high initial cost. The upfront cost of drilling and building for geothermal power is also very expensive. However, the pros of that is that eventually, over time, it becomes recovered through low operating cost. It also requires resources, which over extraction of geothermal energy and fluids can also lead to a decline in resource availability, such as water and all that such. It also causes surface instability. In some cases, geothermal energy can induce earthquakes or cause land subsidence, requiring careful monitoring and management of the factor.
All right, next up we have nuclear power. Nuclear power is a form of energy generated by harnessing heat produced from nuclear reactions, most commonly nuclear fission. where the nucleus of the atom splits into smaller parts, releasing a large amount of energy in the process. This energy is then usually used to produce steam, which drives turbine connections to the generators, ultimately generating electricity. There are many advantages to nuclear power, one of which being the low greenhouse gas emissions, another being the high energy density, with nuclear energy being one of the highest, if not the highest, that we as humanity can produce, and also its reliability, as it is very reliable and needs very low maintenance to upkeep. However, there are also notable concerns, mostly being the radioactive waste involved with nuclear power. Of course, we have to put that in, concrete graves, effectively, and along with that, the safety risk, because although very rare, there have been cases such as Chernobyl and Fukushima where a power plant caused a great deal of harm.
Ah, what a wonderful day it is in alternative fuel source land.
Yeah, so, despite the fact that alternative sources and renewable ones are, renewable, sustainable, they are sadly lacking technologically compared to fossil fuels.
And this is why fossil fuels will work in tandem with the alternative fuel sources we have right now. And it will be a while until we're able to fully adjust to alternative fuel sources that are renewable. But for now, the world will have to depend on mainly fossil fuels, as it's still a reliable fuel source in today's age.
Yeah, so despite the fact that the...
I would kill him.